Are dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dreamvisions7 Radio Network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free, 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Good evening, everyone. I am so glad you're here. This is actually live video right now. So if you're only listening and you'd like to join in and watch us, you can go to my website, just type in thequeenofdreams.com or www.KathleenO'KeefeCanavos.com, and that's KATHLEENOKEEFEKANAVOS. Or you can go to Dreamvisions7Radio.com and type in Dreaming Healing. Any of those ways at all, just to get on and be able to see us, see my guest. We love to have a live audience. So you can also call in and talk with me. If you go to Dreamvisions7Radio.com, Dreaming Healing, you'll see right on my page on that network, the call-in number, because if I give it to you, it's like this long with all kinds of numbers and stuff. And so I'm not going to do that to you. And if you're driving on the road right now, wait till you can pull off to go to the website to watch, maybe just take a little break for the next hour and watch us. So welcome to Conversations That Make a Difference. That's going to be the title of our show tonight, because we have a new show host on Dreamvisions7 Radio Network, Teresa Velardi. And how do we actually go about having a conversation with our deceased loved ones? Oh my goodness, can you believe that? The tape just dropped off of nowhere when I said that. Oh, I can tell already Teresa is going to be a really good show. So my question is, can we have a conversation with deceased loved ones in dreams? And Teresa Velardi says, yes. So I'm glad you're here tonight to join in the conversation. But first, remember, let's start the show off with my favorite protection and clearing meditation. Now, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes during this. Just listen in. It will work, and you'll feel so good. So during this meditation, what we're going to do, if you're new to my show and you haven't done this before, I want you to imagine using something that's really small, but it's powerful to you, maybe something given to you in a dream by your guardian angel or spirit guide or a deceased loved one, like an amulet or maybe a piece of jewelry. If you don't have one, just imagine holding one of your favorite flowers or a crystal, or anything that has the power of love for you, anything at all, a rock, a shell, it doesn't matter what it is, but rather that it is a power gift for you. Then we're going to sit comfortably. We're going to take in 3 really deep breaths of air, the breath of life. And we're going to imagine any negativity that may have come in during the week, settling into that breath of life. We're going to blow it across the room into the purple flame of Saint Germain, where it's going to be converted into this beautiful golden light and return to the universe. That way we're not littering. Okay? All right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our power gift. We're going to create a bubble, a magical mirrored bubble around us. All right, you ready? Okay, so get comfortable, sit comfortably. Feel yourself just kind of getting centered. Your shoulders getting centered over your hips, and take a deep breath in. All the way in. Just fill your lungs up. Hold it. Imagine any negativity, like little pieces of pepper, little tiny black peppers in that breath. Blow it out across the room. All the way out into the purple flame of Saint Germain. Deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine anything someone said to you that hurt you. Maybe something you said to them that you regretted. Into that breath of life. Blow it out across the room. One more time. Deep breath in. Imagine anything that has been bothering you, possibly all your life, connected into that breath of life. Blow it out across the room. Empty your lungs out into the purple flame of Saint Germain. Imagine all of it being turned into golden light and returned to the universe. Now imagine holding your power gift in your hand. Mine's a dandelion. It was given to be by my spirit guides in a dream. I'm going to hold that dandelion. You hold your power gift. Swing it around your head and your body. And imagine creating a beautiful mirrored bubble all the way around you that's only going to allow that which is of the highest and best to come into your mirrored bubble brought by your spirit guides. Anything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. When you're ready, I want you to very slowly open your eyes. In the meantime, just listen to my voice. How important is a conversation? Are there conversations that actually make a difference? How about the ones that we have with our deceased loved ones in dreams? Well, our guest today, Teresa Velardi, says, yes, those conversations make a big difference, and she's had experience with them. And we're going to talk to her about that. Conversations that make a difference is only one of the ways that Teresa Velardi empowers people to live their most authentic life. And Conversations That Make a Difference is the title of her new video podcast on Dreamvisions7 Radio Network. It's on at 5 o'clock every first and third Tuesday of the month. So it was on today. Faith in God, gratitude, and giving are Teresa's heart. Blessed with numerous gifts and talents. Teresa's abilities as a writer, an editor, publisher, and coach are vital ingredients that she brings to those who choose to share their message with the world, either on her show, Conversations That Make a Difference, or through her publishing platform. And we're going to talk to her about that during the show. We all have a story to tell and a heartfelt message to share. Whether you're writing a book or want to talk about something that lights you up, Teresa can help you to share your heart's message. You can learn more about Teresa at www.webebookspublishing.com. And that's WEBBE bookspublishing.com. And that stands for Word Empowered Book Endeavors. webebookspublishing.com. Welcome to the show, Teresa Velardi.
Kat, it is so good to be here with you. So good.
We had so much fun on your show earlier today at 5 o'clock. And so tell my audience how they can go back and see your show that they missed earlier today.
So it'll be on the Dreamvisions7 Radio Network YouTube channels. So if you go to Conversations That Make a Difference on that page, you just click on the link there. It'll take you over to the videos, and you can find it right there. I actually saw that it's already up. So I was having a peek at it a little while ago.
We had a lot of people that were watching that video live. Teresa's show is live too. So if you're into live shows, because you never know what's going to happen, my audience, do you remember the time I was sitting here with my guest and my cat Loki jumped up on my lap? I had earphones in that day. He pulled out one of my earphones. Thank goodness it was connected to a wire, and swallowed it. And I had to pull his mouth open, pull out my earphone, and stick that spitty earphone back in my ear. That's why we love live shows. You never know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So, Teresa, share with us your experience as a show host, not just your Conversations That Make a Difference, but all the other shows that you've done over the years.
The longest running show that I did over the years was called Transformational Tuesdays. And that started out as an audio on a conference call, just
back in the day.
That it seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
It seems like forever ago. And then it became a video podcast when we started doing this kind of format. Actually, I think Rachel hosted my first one, if I remember correctly, and she can correct us if I'm wrong. But I did that for a little while, and then I decided that the show had run its course. So I knew I would eventually get back into something else, and I really missed the interaction between the guests and myself, and people who would call in and ask questions. And I love when people do that, because it just really makes a difference in the conversation. And it makes you feel like, as a host, it makes you feel like, oh, people are listening. People are really interested in what I have to say, and how is what I'm saying affecting them? Are they having a positive experience? Can they share that with me? So it makes it really, the interactive piece of it is really important. So I've been doing this for some time, took a break, but now here we are again, and I'm really happy to be on this platform.
Yeah, it's like, when you do a live show and you get people calling in, and Rachel breaks in, because we tell her, our producer, Rachel, we tell her break in, because it makes it feel even more alive. And it's like just one big party.
Yes.
A lot of people might not like that, but Teresa and I really fly by the seat of our pants, and we like the experience of never really knowing exactly what's going to happen. We don't have everything written out, as you can probably tell. And that's one of the things that makes our shows different every single time, and so exciting. So Teresa, another type of conversation that you have is as a publisher. We Be Publishing. Take us on a little journey on We Be Publishing.
Okay. So We Be Publishing was birthed out of my main publishing company, which is Authentic Endeavors Publishing. Mm-hmm. And then I started doing Be Publishing, Book Endeavors Publishing. And that's mostly children's books. And then I teamed up with my good friend, and we together put together Word Empowered Book Endeavors, and we called it We Be Books Publishing. And we have put together packages and programs that include not just the publishing, but coaching and some PR, and we have done multi-book contracts, and had really, really great success with helping our authors to get themselves up on the Amazon bestseller list. And we've had them, I know, Kat, you have had people on as guests on your show. And in case you haven't noticed, Kat is also part of We Be Books Publishing. So we put these two brains together. We came up with a masterpiece. We are a hybrid boutique publisher. which means that you don't have to wait for that coveted letter from a conventional publisher to say, yes, you're worthy of being put out on the market. We find worth in even first-time authors, and we have lots of big things planned for the future of this publishing company. So that's a little bit about Weeby Books. And if you want to know more, you can go to weebybookspublishing.com. And if by chance you have something you would like for us to look at, after you've read what's there, scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. There's a button that you can click on, and an application with just some information, and where you can attach whatever you are sending us. We'll go to, fill that out and just send it on, and we'll have a look at what you have.
Mm. Now you've got a really cool logo for your Conversations That Make a Difference logo for Dreamvisions7 Radio Network. Tell us about that logo, because I remember when I was looking at it, it took me a minute to see what you were saying, and I was like blown away. That was like so cool.
So I am so blessed to have like one of the best illustrators and graphic artists on the planet. And I was having a conversation. My logos have always included the butterfly, a symbol of transformation, taking your words, transforming them into a book, making you fly, that kind of thing. And so when I went to him and I said, I want something that represents, I still want the butterfly, but I want something that really represents what I'm doing. So he came up with the butterfly, and the center of the butterfly is a microphone. And along the edges of the wings of the butterfly, if you look really closely, you will see two people talking to each other, and they have hearts coming out of their mouths. They have love coming out of their mouths. So it's really, I get chills every time I think about it. When that thing came to life on the screen, the day that we designed that, I was just like blown away. And there's all this beautiful scroll work around it and whatnot. So I'm just really pleased. So if you're on Facebook or the internet and you see that scroll work, it has something to do with me. Has something to do with Conversations That Make a Difference, or teresavelardi.com, or even Weeby Books Publishing, because it's got the beautiful scrolling as well on the banner.
Mm-hmm. And with Weeby Publishing, Weeby Publishing, one of the things that I fell in love with was how we do have conversations with the authors. Mm-hmm. We are in constant conversation with the author. And I can tell you from personal experience, because I'm conventionally published in a tradition, Simon & Schuster, and I've done the hybrid. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you that with conventional, you really don't talk to anybody, Teresa. You're kind of off by yourself. You get emails every now and then, and that's about it. There's no real conversation. There's emails. And that was one of the reasons why I loved the idea that we had of speaking to the authors, having Zoom meetings with them face to face, having a conversation with them, because conversations do make a difference, especially when you're publishing a book. Don't you agree?
I totally agree. Because, how are you going to, one of the biggest things that we both pride ourselves on, for lack of a better phrase, is it's really one of the gifts that we have is we can hear the author's voice in the words that are on the page.
Yes.
So one of my friends used to say to me, Teresa, whether you're talking to me on the phone, whether I'm reading something that you wrote, or whether you're standing in front of me, I know it's you. I know it's you. So, and that's what we try to bring, we do bring to each one of our authors, is we are able to keep their voice in their work. And what better way to keep their voice but to talk to them? Mm-hmm. Talk to them and hear their heart and hear what they want their message to bring across to the people they are writing for. Because when we're writing books, yes, there may be our stories, but we write them for other people to be able to get the benefit of what we have experienced or what we know. So that's one of the reasons why we have conversations with our authors and let them tell us exactly what it is that they are looking to do, how we can support them, and how we can keep that voice inside the pages of the book.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it brings to mind the accent in his writing. We don't change that. We leave it. And another author who is from Africa, we can hear that accent, that English African combination in the accent, and the way she creates her sentences in her conversation. It was very important to us not to change that, so that the reader fell into the conversation that she was having with them. And that's all about how conversations do make a difference.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So why do you think
Kat, talk about live video. I just accidentally clicked in there.
Here's Rachel. Yes, here's Rachel. Okay.
I accidentally clicked in. I received some questions earlier and I went ahead and texted you the questions that I got. But I accidentally hit the video, so I'll have to edit that out later. Oops.
This is a live show. At least nobody's eating our earphones. Did you want to share one of the questions, or do you want me to go ahead and ask them, Rachel? How do you want to do that?
I text you them
Okay.
earlier.
All right. So the first one I've got here is question: how do I contact the web books group? So Teresa, how does our audience contact the web books group?
Well, we don't have a web books group. That's somebody else. If you are seeing web books group, that is not us. So we currently have WeBeBooksPublishing.com. It's WEBE bookspublishing.com. We are setting up some pages in Facebook that we will have groups for people to go to. They are in the works. The main publishing company, Authentic Endeavors Publishing, is on Facebook. You can go there. If you are interested in WeBe Books, please just put a note in there or send a note to us via message in that group. But for right now, if you are interested in talking to us about a book, the best way for you to do it is to go to WeBeBooksPublishing.com. And as I said, scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit the submit button. And you can even ask your question there. If you have questions before you submit, that'll be fine. We can schedule something to chat with you as to exactly what you need.
We'll have a conversation that makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Also, go on to Google and don't put it in the search bar. Put it in the address bar at the top, because our website is still going through SEO, and it's we're still working on it. So you'll get there that way for sure. Okay, so then there's another question. This is a good one. I really like this question, Rachel and Teresa. The question is it really possible for an average person to write a book? I have dreams that are encouraging me to write, but I'm not sure if I can, much less where to start. Oh, she doesn't know where to start. Okay, so yes, Teresa, I'm going to hand this over to you in a minute, but I'm going to say absolutely everybody can write, because you don't have to focus on what you were taught in school as far as writing goes. What we want you to do is write from your heart, not from your head. If you write from your head, that's scholastic, and most of those pieces are for publication in special types of magazines. That is not a book. You don't want to read somebody's scholastic book. You'd be bored out of your mind unless you had a very, very small group of people who are looking at research. So what Teresa and I do is we encourage our writers, and many of them come to us with just an idea. And we spend, 6 or 7 sessions with them, Teresa, helping them hone their idea into a book, into chapters, and sometimes into a workbook at the end, so that they can live their dream as a writer. So I'm going to turn this over to you now, Teresa. What are your feelings about that? Do you think anybody can write a book?
Absolutely. We all have a story to tell, and every single one of us has lived a life that is different from every other person on the planet. We come to this planet. I believe that God gives us gifts and talents to use, and it's our job to use them where it will honor God. Louis Pascalia once said, "Our gifts and talents are a gift from God, and our gift back to Him is how we use them." So I'm a real advocate of people who have something that they feel in their heart they have to say, and they just start writing. Get a journal. The first thing that I did, and the first thing that started me on my writing journey, was to get a journal.
Okay, hold that thought, Teresa, because there's another question about that, but we have to go to a commercial. We're actually after commercial break. So everybody don't go away. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Let me say something, Kat, before we go to break. The Weebee Books is now listed on YouTube and on the chat on the radio station. Just got listed. Make it easier.
Great.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rachel.
Can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Omega Institute, offering workshops, retreats, and online learning dedicated to awakening the best in the human spirit. For over 40 years, Omega has seen more than 1 million people come through its doors to grow, learn, and find a greater sense of purpose. With over 350 workshops to choose from, Omega offers something for everyone. Located in Rhinebeck, New York, just 90 miles north of New York City, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org or call 877-944-2002. Again, 877-944-2002.
Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland: Intuitive Aspects of Healing by 3-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
Ever had a strange dream? Nautilus Award winner, Dreams That Can Save Your Life, Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases by Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos and Duke University radiologist Dr. Larry Burke, forward by Dr. Bernie Siegel, shares how people like you self-advocated in the face of adversity and won using dreams. Read life-saving dream stories validated by medical reports. Hear how dreams of dead loved ones saved lives. Use interpretations and journaling as roadmaps in your waking world for health, wealth, and love. Dreams That Can Save Your Life. Early Warning Signs of Cancer and Other Diseases. Buy the audio and book at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com in English and Italian worldwide and through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other retailers.
This is Dreamvisions7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
back, everybody. This is the second part of our Dreaming Healing show on Dreamvisions7.com. And I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, but my friends all call me Kat, so I hope you will too. And we have a guest tonight, Teresa Velardi, and she's the publisher of We Be Publishing, where we co-publish together. So we were talking about that just before we went on the break, and a question was sent in to us. And the question, Teresa, is, do you recommend keeping a diary in your dreams? So I think they're talking about a dream diary. And my answer is absolutely yes, for a number of reasons. I'm sure Teresa's got some great reasons too, but mine are this. Number one, your dreams are a conversation with the other side. Your spirit guides or guardian angels were all born with spirit guides and guardian angels. We're their job, and they take that job seriously. And one of the ways they communicate with us is through our dreams. So if you're able to keep a dream journal, keep it beside your bed at night, in the morning you write it in your journal. I actually used my dream journal to write this book, Surviving Cancerland, The Intuitive Aspects of Healing, and it won 3 big book awards. Who'd have thunk, right? Certainly not me, but those dreams helped guide me from stage 2 and stage 4 breast cancer into a healthy life 20 years later. So your dreams can help you create a book. We need more books on dreams because dreams are important. As Teresa and I were talking about earlier on her program, the Bible's full of dreams. It's not woo-woo stuff. It's really important life stuff. And so our dreams are very important. And our dream journals can help us organize what our message is that we want to share with the world as a book. Mm-hmm. So, what are your feelings about that, Teresa? Do you think that they should be keeping a dream journal?
I think they should be keeping a dream journal or any kind of journal. I don't necessarily remember all of my dreams. There are a lot of nights when I question myself, did I dream? Did I not dream? But I am a total advocate of journaling. When I started writing, I just wrote whatever was on my heart inside the journal. And there were times when it was all ushy, mushy, gushy, everything is cool, everything is good. And then there were times when it was like, I was scribbling in the pages and tearing through the paper. But whatever, journaling is very cathartic. Eventually, I got myself into a routine and a system that works for me. I start my day with journaling what I'm grateful for, because I believe that there's gratitude to be had in every circumstance, even if it's not necessarily the most pleasant. I mean, look at what you went through, Kat. I mean, your dreams saved your life, and you were going through things that were not necessarily pleasant, but your dreams saved you from a life that could have been much, much different than it is right now. So, yes, I am an advocate of journaling, and I am an advocate of if you are a dreamer, to actually journal your dreams. And when I do dream, I do write them down. I am sure to write them down. Mm-hmm. So, and then from there, to answer the question for the person that was asking, can anybody really write a book? Yes. So you can take your notes out of your journal, your heartfelt writings out of your journal. And I am a very huge advocate of stream of consciousness writing. When you get started, don't stop until it stops. Because there is a message in there, even if you don't know what it is. I mean, there have been times when I've been sobbing, writing in my journal, and the pen is going and going and going. And then at the end of it, there's this massive puddle of joy on the page, so I know that it's really powerful to allow whatever is in your heart to come out through the body and onto the paper. And that's one thing I want to say. One other thing I want to say before I turn it back to you, Kat, is I'm one that writes everything on paper. I'm not one that takes it and writes it and uses the computer. And Wayne Dyer, believe it or not, wrote all of his books on legal pads. There is something that is very healing and very powerful, and has lots of other adjectives that I could put to it, but there's huge benefits to actually writing on the page, letting the words come through the body and onto the page. It's cathartic. It's also, and you feel the emotions run through your body before they hit the page, and then you read it back and it's like, wow, did I write that? So for those of you who don't think you can write, you can. Just let it happen.
And I carry one of these little tiny notebooks around with me. It's always in my purse. And when I have a daydream during the day, let's say I don't remember my night dream, I have a daydream. That's where the door to the divine cracks open just a little tiny bit. You get to peek inside and go, oh yeah, I remember that now. And you write it down. And you know, Teresa, when I was writing this book, I took my journals, and my journals had toilet paper taped to the pages, where I would be in a restaurant bathroom writing on the toilet paper because I remembered an important part of a dream. And then I would just tape it into my journal, and it's actually in my books. And my journal looked like it was growing toilet paper. All the pages, there'd be napkins on it.
Only you, Kat. Only you.
Oh my gosh, I got receipts. I would just grab them and start writing stuff. And I remember one time, Peter and I went to dinner, and I remembered a dream during the day. It was a daydream that door cracked open, and I remembered part of a dream, an important part of a dream. And I sat down right there. I didn't care where I was. And I pulled out my little tiny book, and I started writing stuff down. And the woman that was with us looked at my husband and said, what is she doing? And Peter looked at me and he goes, oh, she's writing in her journal. And the woman looked at me, looked at Peter, looked at me and said, can we make her stop? And Peter said,
I don't think so.
I don't think you should try. And I heard him, but I was just so into that journal. I had to get that information down. It's fleeting. It's like smoke. The minute you take your eyes off of smoke and put it back on, it's gone. The minute you take your mind off of that memory from that sacred dream door, that conversation you had with the other side, it's gone. And you don't know if you're going to get it back.
Hey, Kat, speaking of which, you just got a question. I text you. They're asking, how do you keep those dreams you have? How do you remember the dreams you have at night? Is some trick to keeping the dreams so you remember what you dreamed about?
Well, there are some real tricks to it. And I'm holding up all these books, but if you look at in the book Dreams That Can Save Your Life that I wrote with Dr. Larry Burke, and this is conventionally published. This is a hybrid. This took me a whole lot less time. This took over a year. It was amazing. There's 7 ways to remember your dreams, and they're using the acronym SO DREAM. But one of the important ways is when you first wake up in the morning, rather than jumping out of bed and running around looking for stuff to write on, if you have already organized yourself before you went to bed, you put your pad, your paper, maybe a little flashlight there in case if it's something really important you're going through. Let's say you're going through a breakup in a relationship, or you're going through a health issue, your guides may wake you up in the middle of the night during a dream so that you can write that information down and not forget it. Because we have up to 5 dreams during the night, and you don't always know when they're going to come through those doors. So if you have organized yourself and you have everything beside your bed, when you're waking up in the morning, rather than sitting straight up in bed and running around, come up out of the bed very slowly, so that you can hold on to that dream, hold on to the tail of that dream as long as you can. Look for the important things in the dream, slowly roll over, get your notebook and start writing. Write the important words. You can go back in and fill other stuff in later. Write the important things down first. And that's really going to help you remember your dreams. You have to retrain yourself not to let that dream door slam shut when you wake up. Leave it so that it's on special hinges so that it very slowly closes and you can pull out as much of that dream as you can. Now, I know that there was another question that came in, Rachel. They wanted to know if I still have my monks visited me lately. My monks visit me all the time. So sometimes they'll just show up in my dreams and they'll walk beside me. They'll show me things. There was one time lately where the monks took me to a pond to show me the pond of life, where a pond will shrink down. It looks like it's dead. There's no water. And then all of a sudden the rains will come. And you'll think to yourself, oh, I need to run away and get out of the rain. But they said, no, the rain is what's going to create the life, and the pond is never dead. So yes, my monks often show up in my dreams. I love my monks. I don't know why they're there. I'm not Catholic, but I embrace them and they're brilliant. So Teresa, I know that in the book, Mayhem to Miracles, you've got a story in there that ties into everything that we're talking about right now. This book is going live in a couple of weeks, but there is a pre-order button on Amazon, and it is an Amazon #1 bestseller, and it's not even live yet. Exactly. But in this story, you were having a conversation with your mother, and your mother was having a conversation with the other side. Your mother was on her deathbed. Can you tell us a little bit about that story? Because that is a conversation that makes a difference. You know what? We can't. We've got to go to break again. This hour is going so fast, Teresa. I can't believe it. Rachel, we're going to take a break now. And when we come back, we're going to visit the conversations that made a difference in this book with Teresa Velardi. Okay? Don't go away. We'll be right back. You're listening to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions7Radio.com. There, I said it.
That every word you speak matters. What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velardi's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dreamvisions7 Radio Network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Darkest hours to brightest moments, transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on sacredstoriespublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
Are miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, Chaos to Clarity, and Crappy to Happy, you'll love crying and laughing through mayhem to miracles. Sacred Stories Authors of Transformational Hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to happy. Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide.
This is Dreamvisions7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back, everyone, to the last section of our show. And this section is going to go really fast. Since the other two went fast, man, this one's going to just fly. We are listening to Dreaming Healing on Dreamvisions7.com. And I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. And we're talking about conversations that can make a difference. Just before the break, we were talking to Teresa about her story in Mayhem to Miracles. So Teresa, tell us about the conversation you were having with your mom while she was having a conversation that made a difference with her loved ones on the other side.
This is something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. It was just amazing. Mom was, she was on her way, and I had known that a couple of days before, but this particular night I was having a conversation with her. I was tucking her in and we're talking and laughing and whatever. Just spending really good time together because we knew we didn't have much time left here. So I'm talking to her and all of a sudden she's gone. She's like looking in the corner. Her eyes are fixed on this corner. And I'm just watching her. I'm just trying to see what's going on. And I'm at the same time, I'm like, Mom. And then she starts giggling. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, are you kidding? Like, are you going to let me in on this? And then I realized what was happening. And I said, all right, who's here? And she started naming all of my deceased relatives, from my father to my great grandmother to cousins and aunts. And I said to her, and what are they doing? And then she turned and she looked me straight in the face and she said, they're cooking the pasta for the party. I'm going home.
That was definitely a conversation that made a big difference because it gave you the opportunity to have a glimpse of heaven.
Yes.
She was happy. She couldn't wait to get to the party.
Yeah, she couldn't wait. Wait.
That is,
and I could picture everything because I mean, my Sunday afternoons were spent with my family making pasta party on Sundays, and it was just like ridiculous. And I could picture as soon as she said who was all there and that they were making the pasta for the party, I went back to being a little kid, seeing this all go on right in front of me as she was giggling her way through it. It was just breathtaking. And it was a glimpse of heaven because that's where they were happiest. That's where my family was happiest, cooking in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The kitchen is the heart of the home. And,
Exactly.
When we talk about, having those doors crack open in our dreams, well, there was a really big door that cracked open for her and it said, come on home. We're waiting for you for the party. So I would definitely say, Teresa, yes, conversations can and do make a big difference. They are an important part of our development as humans. And
absolutely
means of guidance through our darkest and our happiest hours. And we can use dreams, prayers, and meditations to get there. So, I would say to our audience tonight, Teresa, to turn off the electronics and get back to having a conversation that makes a difference one-on-one with those people that we love.
Exactly. I think that's the most important thing right now, especially coming from a time where we were all separated from one another for whatever reason. Now that we are able to be in the same room with people, go out to dinner, whatever. I mean, my son owns a restaurant. I'm there at least once a week, and I invite half of them who I know to come with me, because it's just part of who I am. There's this social aspect, number one. And number two, you can really have incredibly deep conversations with people. Like right now, I'm finding that people who I'm talking with are really more willing and open to literally bare their souls because they've held in so much for so long and had their faces stuck in front of the television or in front of their computers or their phones or their iPads or whatever they use, whatever electronic devices they have, and they're not talking to one another. So it's time we started talking again. Start talking. If you haven't been one to have conversation and you hold a lot of things inside, start talking to yourself. Write it down. It down.
Look in the mirror and talk to yourself.
Yeah, I had to do that. I had to come to Jesus moment. Who are you and why are you here? And it's really difficult to ask yourself that question when you're like teetering on, do I stay? Do I go? What am I doing here? Yeah. So it's really important. You are, why you're here, what's important to you, and what's your message? What's your story that you need to tell? And whether you're a guest on a show like this, part of a panel on a particular topic, or whether you're writing a book, your story really matters. So I invite you.
Your story could be the saving grace for somebody else who's still in the storm.
Exactly.
That conversation is so important, and every story matters. We have another question that came in, Teresa. It says, I've had nightmares lately and I'm afraid to sleep. Is there any way to stop them? Well, what I found out, Teresa, is most of the time when we have recurrent nightmares, it means that we have a message that we haven't figured out. We're not having that conversation with ourselves that we need to have. There's a message we're not getting, and that's why we're having the recurring nightmare. And I don't believe that a nightmare is a bad dream. I believe that a nightmare is a really important message that our guides are trying to make sure that we remember, because it's so easy to forget a nice cozy dream, but a nightmare, no, you're not going to forget that. So write that nightmare down, figure out what the message is, and as soon as you do, the nightmare is going to stop. What do you say, Teresa?
I agree. And I don't have knowledge of what a lot of things mean. So I resort to, online dream dictionaries, or hey, Kat, what do you think this means? So you ask the questions of people who can help you. And if you can't figure it out on your own, if it keeps coming back, it means it needs attention. So give it the attention that it needs and deserves, because otherwise it's just going to keep coming back until you decide to pay attention. It's like the little kid who pulls on the back of your shirt and is like, Mommy, I need whatever. And until you give that little child attention, it's going to pull on the back of your shirt. So give the dream some attention, and you'll figure it out and it'll go away.
And the things that are in your dream could be your inner children trying to say, we're older now. This is something that we have shoved down in our subconscious for many, many years. We're ready to take it out and check it out. And that could be a big part of a growing spurt, an emotional growing spurt that you're going to be going through. We have another one that just came in. Boy, Rachel's really busy here. I've had weird dreams from time to time. I really don't know what, if anything, they mean. Sometimes. Is there a place or site that helps me make sense of them? Well, one of the things that you can do is write them down and, copy and paste them where you sent this question. And Rachel will send me the dream and we'll work on them together right here, because I believe that we can learn our own dream language. I believe dream dictionaries are helpful in that. But the bottom line is you need to learn your own dream language, because a snake to me in a dream means the Kundalini. I know I need to really pay attention. There's an important spiritual message coming in, whereas to somebody else, it means there's a snake in the grass. Something's wrong. There's a danger. Or if it's a rattlesnake, don't tread on me. Snake can mean different things to different people in different dreams. So you almost have to put things in perspective. The easiest way to do that is to share them with a dream expert. And I'm happy to help you with any of those dreams. Teresa, we're almost at the end of the show. Can you believe how fast this show went? It's like, hold on to your chair.
Yes, indeed. The time has wings.
It's just, oh my goodness. So is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we're down to our last few minutes?
I just want to thank you, Kat, for having me on your show tonight. And I invite your audience to check out Conversations That Make a Difference and look at the replay of the show that we did this afternoon and get a flavor for what we're talking about. And to also, I encourage you to really give attention to what's in your heart. Get it out onto a piece of paper, share it with others, because you will absolutely make a difference in somebody's life. The conversation doesn't have to necessarily come out of your mouth. It can come through your hands onto the page. The conversations, no matter what they are, they always make a difference.
And that's the writing tip for tonight. The dream tip was to keep a journal and bring your dreams to us here on Dreaming Healing if you need help with them. And the writing tip is right from your heart. Go to that journal, because what you write from your journal can make an incredible book that's not even just incredible to you, but to other people that can win awards. So thank you all so much for making Dreaming Healing such a great success. Again, you can share your dreams with Rachel, our producer. And I just want to give a big shout out to Deborah Bouvet, the owner of Dreamvisions7 Radio.com. She's always working behind the scenes. You don't even know she's there, but without her, we'd all fall apart. So this show is going to be blogged on Pathos and Above and Beyond the Five Senses. And you can find both of those sites, including very soon, Desert Health Magazine that I write for, on my website, KathleenO'KeefeCanvas.com, or The Dream of Queen, a queen of dreams. Yeah, it's been a long day, Teresa. We've done like 3 shows. So until next time, remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Good night, everybody, and sweet dreams.
Thank you for joining us this evening, and a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dreamvisions7 Radio Network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeCanvas.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS. Or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dreamvisions7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment.